Hey, it's Styles from Brand Content Studios. Here's your content marketing quickie for the week of November 19th, 2019. What do you want? Can you tell me that? Well, what is it that you want? Amazingly, many people go through life feeling out of sorts, out of place, anxious, but they've never landed on the answer to what is a pretty important question. What is it that you want to happen? If you don't know that, you can't even tell what it is you're unsatisfied about. Well, the same holds true for content marketing. CMI tells us 31% rate their businesses or organizations as doing a fair or poor job of lining up the metrics they're looking at with the content goals. Since content planning is what I do, this next statistic pisses me off. Only 37% of B2B marketers and 40% of B2C marketers even have a documented content plan. Still, it's almost 2020. The plan seems to be to make sure the org continues to operate in utter chaos and communicate to the public badly or not at all. Oh well, for those who are at least curious, Aaron Olila reminds us in Smarter CX what the goals for content marketing should be, what you should want. Goal number 1, site structure and performance. The site's the digital face of your brand. You want good time spent metrics and good bounce and exit rate metrics. Do user testing. At least see how people are using your site. Goal number 2, increase brand awareness. Stuart Cook, who founded Levity Digital, says changing the perception of your brand might also be part of this goal. Solid content that answers the questions your target audience has will do you a world of good. Goal number 3, customer engagement. I didn't say prospect or user engagement. I said customer engagement. Using content to solidify the beautiful thing you have going with people who already bought from you. You want them to stay a customer and rave to others about you. Goal number 4, conversions. Getting your audience to buy. Jonathan Chan, head of marketing at Insane Growth, says strong CTAs are needed for each content asset based on where it is in the buying funnel. And an often overlooked goal number 5, content team performance, which Aaron admits is hard to measure, but gaps and breakdowns on the team have to be seen and fixed fast. You want an efficient, well-oiled content machine. Bonus tip, don't actually oil your people. If we're going to allow Google to be our master and overlord, then naturally, we would expect it to be able to publicly shame us when we don't measure up to its expectations. And that's exactly what they're apparently going to start doing. Tom Warren writes in The Verge that they're testing what can most certainly be interpreted as a badge of shame for websites that don't load fast enough in Chrome. The Chrome blog says this may take a number of forms, and we plan to experiment with different options. They can draw inspiration from the colonists who put bad pilgrims in public stockades, or from people who post pictures of their pets online with signs that say, "I'm a bad dog, I chewed up mommy's pillows." Or, more dystopian, China's social credit scoring system, so it's known who everyone should cast out of society. Google will look at the historical load latencies of your site to determine if you get the scarlet letter. No, seriously, it might be scarlet. Google's trying out a loading progress bar that'll be green if it's fast and red if it isn't fast enough. The Chrome team says, we're being mindful with our approach to setting the bar for what's considered a good user experience and hope to land on something practically achievable by all developers. What if you found out that the world is flat after all? no matter how much proof there was, would you be able to accept that new truth? Well, an amazing article by Jesse Frederick and Maurice Martin in The Correspondent says even if you prove to the world that digital advertising doesn't work, marketers won't believe it. They'll come right out and tell you, I refuse to believe it. This is the Quickie, so I'll summarize it the best I can, not doing it justice. Steve Tadelis was an economics professor who spent a year at eBay. They were measuring ads' success by basic statistics that they gave an amazingly complex name to jargon everyone to death. Combine weekly ad spend with weekly sales, and then assume a lot. But economists will tell you correlation is not causation. Those who saw the ads may have used eBay anyway, but you're giving the ad 100% credit? This is the selection effect versus the advertising effect. eBay found their brand keyword advertising to be incredibly successful. Somebody Googles eBay, and eBay pays Google to put an eBay link at the top of search results. Voila! eBay thought it was earning at least $12.28 for every dollar that it spent on this. Tadelis said, let's stop advertising a while, just to see if this advertising is really making a difference. eBay wouldn't even test it. But he got it done anyway, later, during an ad rate negotiation. They stopped ads for the keyword eBay. 3 months later, it was obvious. All the traffic that came from paid links was now coming in through regular links. eBay was burning $20 million a year on ads that didn't make a difference. Later tests of other more generic keywords like shoes showed the same thing. No effect from stopping the ads. Randall Lewis, head of research at Nanigans, looked beyond search advertising and found the same thing for banner ads, Instagram videos, and Facebook ads. None of the ad company metrics distinguished between selection effect and advertising effect. Why would they? Oh, the algorithms generate clicks, but not necessarily extra ones. Lewis says advertising does something, but much less than most advertisers believe. But a reminder as to how this story started off, they don't care. Economist Justin Rao studied a cult that predicted the end of the world on a certain day. Rao gave prizes to cult members, and those willing to accept their prize after doomsday were promised $500 more. They wouldn't take it. Their cult-like belief system could not be broken. Now, Tadelis' bombshell study, it was well publicized. After proving search digital advertising wasn't cost-effective, brand keyword advertising only went down 10%. It didn't even cause companies to test it for themselves. They were desperate to believe in cult-like fashion it's magic, a silver bullet that just somehow works. Tadelis was next asked by eBay to look into affiliate or influencer marketing. He was floored when the affiliate marketing boss said up front, "Let me tell you something. If we run this experiment and the results look like what you showed with search advertising, I'm not going to believe you." Companies should know if ad campaigns are profitable. Marketing is busy working to get bigger budgets. It's not in their interest to show management a lot of this stuff isn't worth it. So, the job becomes to not learn or accept the truth. I'll put a link to the article in the show description. It's not a quickie and goes much more into depth about the research. That's the Content Marketing Quickie for this week. Sorry if I just gave you a marketing existential crisis, but truth matters. Truth leads to much better things for companies and for customers. Share this episode around. See what your pals think about this. Back next week.